I think that there's some things that we've taken from the last couple games that are really important for us to get better at, and I think our guys have been really good. They've responded really well in a tough week. I mean, their schedules are all messed up, and they're staying up late, and they're studying. And they've got, some of them had 2 finals every day this week, and so. But I think that we understand that we've got to be able to make better decisions on the offensive end of the floor. Defensively, we have to be way more consistent in our effort and our execution, and that's kind of what we've been through the last few days.
That Oregon game being delayed a year, could you elaborate a little more on that? Does Dana just call you and say, Dave, can we redo that game?
Yeah, and that's an interesting in scheduling how you go through that, and we really wanted the series, really wanted the game, and they came to ESA and played the game. And I really wanted to return the game last year, and he just said that there wasn't any spots. There wasn't. His schedule was full, and he put the dates all out there and all the names of the people all out there. And I guess I could have had a different approach, with the contract, but I just agreed to move to another year, push it back.
Since it's on their court, obviously you played them here at a neutral site. Is it on purpose that it's during Christmas break that might be a little different to students?
No, that's just that's when he approached us, and it's kind of worked out, and it'd be interesting to actually ask Dana what he thinks, how it all came down, because that's how I remember it coming down, and he probably has a whole different idea of what happened. But I do know that we had a date scheduled for next year, and he called and said he couldn't play on that date, and that's how it got started.
As far as this ambitious schedule, maybe the toughest one you've had non-conference wise, any regrets, or is it?
No, there's no regrets. We've had so many opportunities to play good teams, and we're getting a lot of these teams back in our place. We've learned a lot from the games. I would like to put a schedule together like this every year, but maybe not so one-sided, road games and home games. But it's just difficult. I mean, the place where we stand, and what we're trying to accomplish, it's difficult. Scheduling is difficult.
Has it taken a toll on the confidence level of you guys, you think, or do you think they're?
I don't think so. I think the guys are I mean, they're down after the rivalry loss, obviously, but I think that they understand we need to improve. They understand we need to get better, and I think they're all, at least, right now, they're all 100% committed to doing that.
Jonathan Lloyd, where is he a little bit maybe like Mike when he was here, and how he plays?
Yeah, he's a handful, and they've got quite a few guys that are a handful, but he's really fast with the ball and stop on a dime and elevate, and he's got every shot. He's got a three-point shot, and he can get to the rim. He's got a floater, nice little 12-foot pull-up, and then he runs that team really well. He is one of those extra special guys. You have to be really, really good, special at one thing when you play so efficiently at his size and his speed and his ability to go, stop, elevate. I mean, those are things that he's just terrific at it, and it really uses it as an advantage in his game.
You had some guys like that. I kind of think of Keena being an undersized player that competed, and what is maybe the common factor with a guy when he's undersized for his position?
You kind of have to just find your niche, where you are. And Keena wanted to be a 3 in his career, and we finally convinced him that the best place to play was a 3 in the 4 position, and that's where he really figured out how to use his skill set to his advantage, at least in the Mountain West Conference when he was the Player of the Year that year. I mean, and Jonathan's figured out how to really help his team in that league.
Well, you were at the party last night. Texas went to Carolina and won, and then Stanford went to UConn and won. These kind of results, of course, help your profile, and you must think you played pretty good teams when you played those teams, obviously.
Well, I think, obviously we played good teams. I mean, the teams we've been beat by are 40-1 or something like that, okay? So, and I think the teams that we actually have beat have maybe 3 or 4 losses at this time. You know, when you take the Stanford game and the Utah State game and the Texas game, they've only got a handful of losses between them, that group too. So, you know, the disappointing part is that we've had opportunities out there, and we haven't capitalized on all of them. But we have another one here on Saturday, so we'll just look forward to it.
As far as the free throw shooting, it seems to come and go. Is there anything you can do? I mean, it's just, you just kind of one of those things you play through, or?
No, there's a lot of things we can do, and we've started quite a few of them, but the main thing is repetition and practice and consistency and confidence. What's really hard to do, Jay, is to create the feeling of going to the line in the game when you're not in a game situation. And we've tried through a lot of different things in the last 2 weeks, and we'll continue to adjust that and do more. But try to figure out ways how to put pressure on guys similar to something they'll feel in a game situation.
Matt had a bunch of high assist, kind of high turnover games, and Utah was able to slow him down. What have you emphasized with him?
We need more consistency from that position. I mean, we need to be able to find a way that we can execute a more consistent level in transition, which is a real issue for us because for years here we've been really good in transition, but you know, we've taken advantage of the situation, been able to read that. If we have it 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 where we actually have an advantage, we've attacked that thing, and when not, we've run a secondary type of transition offense that we've run. Right now it seems like we're at times attacking 3-on-4, we're attacking 2-on-3 when there's not an advantage, and so we need to get better at that. Half-court offense, need to be more patient at times. You know, especially when we get behind, we seem to really speed up and want to score 4 or 5 points on one possession, you know, and shoot really quick. And so those are all things we, you know, kind of need to get some leadership out there from that spot.
Yeah, because you can always talk good shot, but better
Yeah.
shot. Has that been a big?
And it seems like we're just trying to find the first shot right now, and at least the other night. So we'll, you know, hopefully be able to make some strides to be better at that.
Has Jamal joined you yet, or when would he?
Now he'll be here at semester.
He'll be here starting in January?
Yeah, he's in the transfer process right now, and we'll get him then.
As far as it looks like, there might be a scholarship crunch with adding him, if you do the math. And is that true? And if so, have you decided how you're going to work through that?
We'll figure that out in the spring. The spring is always an interesting time, and you know, there's a lot of options, and you know, usually you go into the spring and you might have no scholarships, and then you have a scholarship or 2 available. Sometimes you go into the spring and you think you actually have 2 or 3, and you end up with 3 or 4. So we'll just see how that kind of works out in the spring and go from there.